Welcome to another 5-pack with the Brewd. I am the illustrious town drunk.
Illustrious.
Not true. I'm here with the dazzling Ms. Robinson.
I am so dazzling. I'm doing good.
Dazzling.
How are you?
I'm great.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the 5 most disappointing matches of all time. Not necessarily bad, but matches that felt like a letdown.
Yes.
I'm going to start with my honorable mentions. Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania 32. What a fucking turd, and it could have been so good because Ambrose was willing to die. My number 5 match is Brock Lesnar versus Bill Goldberg at WrestleMania 20. This match should have been meat versus meat. Instead, it was 2 guys that didn't want to be there, staring at one another for a long period of time while Steve Austin got cheered. The whole match sucked. The psychology sucked. The crowd just shit all over it. So fucking crazy to watch. I remember watching it on pay-per-view. You were here. We watched this together. This really was a dream match. Who would win? And it just fizzled out because they were both leaving, and it was a complete turd.
I forgot about that match until you just mentioned that Stone Cold was in it. I was like, oh yeah.
Then at the end, he stunned everybody, and that was the only cheer they got.
That was the only cheer they got. My number 5, a little bit familiar, Mysterio versus Sabu. ECW One Night Stand 2006, I believe. On paper, was amazing. But they got 10 minutes, 12 minutes, like not that long. And the ending was a stinker.
Because they went through a table and then they were out. Because, you know, Sabu can't handle going through a table.
Neither can Ray, you know.
Number 4 for me, Hollywood Hogan versus Sting, Starrcade 97. Yikes is the first thing I wrote. This match was the start of WCW's downfall. They needed a decisive win by Sting. They needed Sting to end the NWO. It was done. And instead, they gave us this turd of a match, highlighted by a fast, slow count by Nick Patrick. And then Hogan got put in the Scorpion Deathlock and didn't tap out. Bret Hart just rang the bell. It made Sting look like shit. It made Hogan look like he should still be champion.
Number 4 for me was Punk versus Joe All In 2023.
Hey, my number 3 is Punk vs. Joe.
By all counts, on paper, it should have been amazing. Backstage drama just fucked everything up. I think the match suffered greatly for that.
Phil was too caught up in fighting backstage, being a prima donna, and being buried in his own bullshit. And this match really, really sucked. Punk was pissy and didn't want to be there.
My number 3 is Hogan versus Michaels, SummerSlam 2005. This should have been a dream match. Hogan was not in his prime, but still in decent enough shape. Shawn Michaels was in his prime at that point, his second prime, if you will. Hogan always be Hoganin. And so he politicked himself to win the match. Shawn didn't like that.
And then Shawn.
I will be honest, it was an amazing match to watch because Shawn was Shawn, but it should have been something different.
My number 2 is CM Punk versus Hangman Adam Page, Double or Nothing 2022. Another match where Phil had sanded his vajayjay. He was clearly not interested in working with Hangman. The match should have been a really good story about this AEW original against this new mega superstar they signed. And these guys are both amazing wrestlers. And it didn't have any flow, and it didn't have good psychology. And it just was flat.
Number 2 was Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 27. The only thing I have written is 18 fucking seconds. That's it. And they were an opener. Sheamus is not Daniel Bryan.
Sheamus can go.
But Sheamus is pretty
Sheamus does not get enough credit for how good he is. Yeah.
I was looking forward to this match. And I watched it and I was like, what the fuck did you just do?
You want to hear my number 1?
Yes. What's your number 1?
The 2014 Royal Rumble. If I'm ever bored and feeling down, I watch this match. This is a prime example of how out of touch WWE was with their fan base in 2014. They made a huge deal about bringing Daniel Bryan back. He came in the middle of the thing, and he didn't even last 10 minutes. And they brought out all these heels, and Roman came out, and the crowd shit on him. The next thing they did was they had Big Show and Kane destroy everyone. Every single person the fans cared about. Then Roman took them both out at the same time. They hoped the fans would pop for it. The fans shit on him even harder. The best part of it, The Rock's accidental heel turn at the end.
Oh, yes.
Yikes.
How? Number 1, Rock versus Stone Cold, WrestleMania X7. Now, before I get any flack for this, the match was amazing, but the ending was just a big dog turd in the middle of the ring. Talking a lot about poop today. It almost spoiled the entire match because that's the thing I remember. That stupid heel turn.
WrestleMania 17, amazing. That was like peak Attitude Era. It was the best thing they ever did, except for that ending. That was a good choice for number 1. Hey, thanks for joining us for a 5-pack. Hope you enjoyed it. We cracked a few open here, talking about the most disappointing matches of all time. Keep your eyes peeled because we're gonna do more of these. Have a good one.
Peace.